Nam- Namaste children, welcome back to another session of our chapter Respiration. So in our first class we came to know that respiration means it is an intracellular oxidation process where the organic substances, that is your food, it is broke down into further simple particles to release energy. That means respiration, it is a process that is giving us energy, and with the help of this energy we are able to do all the works. So let us read the definition again. It is an intracellular oxidation process in which the complex organic substances are broken down into simple substances to release energy. Now, such a respiration, in our last class, we came to know that it is a two-stepped process where the respiration, it is the first step of respiration, we said it as a breathing, and then followed by cellular respiration. So, in breathing, again we had seen two different steps, that is inhalation and exhalation. So, at first of all, we should have an idea of what is breathing and what is cellular respiration. So, breathing means it is nothing but intake of air and release of air. So, that is exchange of gases. Breathing is nothing but exchange of gases from the living organism's body towards its habitat. Okay. Whereas when you will see the respiration, it is a totally oxidation of food substances where water, energy and even carbon dioxide are released. Okay. And this is an extracellular process or external respiration, you can say. And whereas in your respiration, you can say it's an internal process. So in breathing, if you will see, we will call it as only the physical process, because only exchange of gases is taking place between the living organism and its atmosphere. Whereas this respiration, we are calling it as a biochemical process, because it is involving a sequential steps of changing or breakdown of food components. In that, number of enzymes are also involved for the production of energy. So in breathing, you will never and ever see energy production, whereas in respiration, a true energy, it is released in the form of ATP. And this, already I said, it's an extracellular process. Breathing always an extracellular process, and respiration is truly an intracellular process. So here enzymes are not involved, but a large amount of enzymes are involved in the respiration process. Okay. So it is confined to certain organs. Breathing will occur only with specific organs, that is your respiratory organs. But your respiration will occur in each and every cell present in the living organism's body. So you should have a clear idea what exactly a breathing and what exactly a respiration is. Breathing means it is a step or the first step where you will see the exchange of gases. So in that exchange of gases, again we will see two steps. The first step we are calling it as a inhalation. So what is meant by inhalation? Inhalation, it is nothing but intake of gases. So while intaking the gases, how the air it will enter into the body. So during inhalation, a number of organs, they are playing a vital role. So here if you will see, in our respiratory system, we are having a specialized organs for the respiration process. And you all know very clearly that your breathing or inhalation starts with nose, that is a pair of nostrils openings are present. So exchange of gases or breathing, it is taking place with the help of a pair of nostrils, sometimes with the mouth where the nostrils are blocked, And now that nostrils, they will open into your pharynx, which is a common pipe for the passage of food and water. Then it is followed by larynx. Yes, so this larynx, generally we are calling it as a sound box. So this larynx, if you will find, so here larynx we are saying it as a sound box because the speech that is produced here. So at the up of the larynx, if you will see, you are having a part that is called glottis. So and now this glottis, it is closed by a door like structure. It is called your epiglottis, which is not at all, epi means above. So the door like structure, it is present above the glottis, so we are saying it as a epiglottis. And this epiglottis, it is not at all allowing the passage of food into the food pipe. So let us see a small view of this functioning of epiglottis. Yes, children, here you can able to see the yellow color mass like structure that is food. Before that, air is also passing on. So this particular area, yes, this particular area, this is a common passage, that is your pharynx for the both passage of air and food. So now this is your larynx part. And now on this larynx part, this is your epiglottis. So epiglottis, it is always acting as a door-like structure which is completely closing the glottis while you are swallowing the food material, so that food will not enter into the respiratory organs and it will not give any choking. Okay, so epiglottis, it is a door-like structure which is always and always allowing the passage of air. It is closing the glottis and not at all allowing the food particles to enter into the respiratory tract. Okay, children. So observe it very carefully how whenever the food it is entering, how the epiglottis it is covering the glottis part. Okay. Yes. Observe it very carefully. It's a very nice, beautiful GIF image of your functioning of epiglottis. So now after larynx, food it enters into a truly windpipe that is called your trachea. Trachea means it's a tube-like structure. So the tube-like structure, it is made with muscles. And you all know the characteristic of muscles. They will get contracted and relaxed continuously. So sometimes there is a chance to blockage the air. That's what this trachea always and always it is protected by C-shaped cartilaginous rings. Cartilaginous rings we are saying means these rings are made with cartilage, which is nothing but a soft bone. So this cartilage you will experience in your nose case, your ear pinna case, which is a bone. It giving the structure to that organ, but it's a soft bone so that you can compress it, you can twist it. But a hard bone like our skeleton, you cannot do like that. Cartilage is a soft bone that is giving an extra support to the trachea walls, so that trachea walls will not collapse and it will not stop or block the entry of gases into the lungs. So now this trachea, when it is entering into the chest cavity region, it is dividing itself into two ways that are called your bronchi. From the level of trachea, these cartilaginous rings will continue, so that your complete respiratory tract it will not get blocked. So now these bronchi, when they are entering into the lungs, they are further subdivided into small branches that we are calling as a bronchioles. At the end of bronchioles, these are your bronchioles. So at the end of bronchioles, you are having some balloon like structures that are called your alveoli, and these alveoli are richly supplied with blood vessels or blood capillaries, so that exchange of gases it is taking place. at the level of alveoli. All these alveoli together they are forming the lungs. Okay, so let us have a quick look how how the respiratory organs are arranged. So the first and foremost part in the respiratory organ, that is your nasal cavities. Nostrils are opening into the nasal cavities, and now from there the air passes into the common pipe, that is your pharynx. Now from the pharynx, this is your larynx area, where in this larynx area I said glottis is present, which is covered by your epiglottis. So now from there your wind enters into the true windpipe, that is your trachea. So it is dividing into two parts, that is your bronchus. When they are entering into the lungs, they are further subdivided into small tube-like structures, that are your bronchioles, and these bronchioles at the end they are having lungs. So now during inhalation process, what happens exactly in our respiratory system? Let us see. So now here if you will see a red color plate like structure, it is present just below the lungs. This we are saying as a diaphragm. So now this diaphragm, it is made with muscle. It's a muscular plate which is separating the chest cavity with the pelvic cavity, so that the functioning of lungs will occur for breathing purpose. So here diaphragm we are saying as a muscular plate. So its main function is contraction and relaxation. So whenever the diaphragm it is contracting, so this is the diaphragm. When the diaphragm it is contracting, lungs will expand. When the diaphragm it is contracting like this, lungs will expand and air pressure decreases within the lungs, so that we will inhale it. We inhale oxygen. When the diaphragm is expanded, then lungs will contract. Air pressure will be more in the lungs, so that we will release carbon dioxide. Let's have a view how this diaphragm is. So here children, you can see that the green color muscular plate, this is your diaphragm, and this diaphragm it is contracting and relaxing, that affects the lung size. Whenever diaphragm is contracting, lungs will expand, air pressure decreases within the lungs, so that we will inhale. Whenever the diaphragm it is relaxing, lungs will contract and air pressure will become more and more in the lungs, and when we will exhale the air. This is one more view of your diaphragm working. Yes, observe it carefully during inhalation and during exhalation. So during exhalation, this is inhalation. It is diaphragm is contracting, lungs are expanding. Exhalation, diaphragm is expanding and lungs are getting contracted, so that air pressure within the lungs it is getting altered during inhalation and exhalation process, and we can exchange the gases. Understood children? So in our today's class we read about the process of breathing. In our today's class we read about process of breathing and the differences between respiration and breathing. So in our next class we are going to learn about the exact cellular respiration that is occurring in the cells, where we will learn that cellular respiration as a two-stepped process or two types process. Okay children, thank you so much.